Hello everyone, welcome to another video. My name is Mario So, and in today's video, I wanted to show you how I created this product video. So welcome back to another video. It's great to see you back here again. If you're new here, my name is Mario So, and I create weekly content on filmmaking, video editing, and gear review. So please consider subscribing if you haven't already. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much for hanging out here again. So in today's video, I wanted to show you how I created this product video with just a few shots. I'll be talking about the different shots that I took, and I'll also be going over my editing breakdown of this video. So for this video, I chose a hard drive and I wanted to create something that was techie, hacker style vibe and stuff like that because this is a hard drive. So I wanted to incorporate that technology side into it. I've been using Western Digital hard drives for a while and I have them lying around at home, so I thought I would do something with this. This is not a sponsored video, by the way, but I just thought it would be cool to do something with this hard drive. So the setup for all the shots was quite simple. I had two main lights, a Godox SL60 with a softbox, and also an LED panel with a softbox as well. And to light the background, I used a Yongnuo spotlight. I wanted most of these shots to have light streaks in the background. So a lot of these shots were shot at a 1/4 of a shutter speed to get a more pronounced motion blur as I moved that light in the background. So in total, I just had about 4 or 5 shots to work with, and everything else was done in post. So let's head on over to the computer and let's go over this product video shot by shot. So the first shot that I had here was this shot of just a hard drive. And this was shot at 24 frames per second with a shutter speed of 1/4. What I did was just wave around that tube light in the background behind this external hard drive. I also used a close-up filter for this shot to get a little bit more of a macro shot. The lighting stays the same for all the shots except for the tube light in the background. So for this shot, I blended this stock footage clip over here. And I thought it would look really cool, to give you that techie, coding sort of vibe to this first shot. I created a square mask just to make sure that that stock footage will only be overlaid entirely on the hard drive and not at the edges of this shot. And I changed the blending mode to soft light and the opacity to 24%. This second shot was just a static shot of my hard drive. So it was just this shot right here. I had this taped in the back to fish wire to a mic stand at the top. I had a little bit of a green screen in the background. It didn't cover the entire hard drive, but it was okay because I knew that I was going to add all of the movement for this later in post. I added a key light effect to key out that green, and then the rest I just masked in After Effects just to make sure I completely got a cutout of that hard drive. So later in post, I added a purple background. So I did that long exposure effect. If you want to know how I created this, there is a video that I did just a few days ago right here that you can check out. So you can pause this video, check that out, and then you can come back and continue on this editing breakdown. So this is the hard drive by itself. And what I did, just create some keyframes for scale, rotation, so that the hard drive would start to slowly rotate and zoom into the camera. What I then did next was add 2 backgrounds, one with that light streak, that long exposure effect in blue color, and another one in the purple color. So these are the 2 backgrounds that I used for this shot. What I did then was add a shadow to that hard drive. I had this composition of the hard drive already with that rotation animation. So what I did was pre-compose or nest that sequence, and I named it Shadow Hard Drive. This is the exact same shot, but the only thing I did here was do a vertical flip so that I could flip that hard drive. And this would be the layer that I'll use as the shadow for this hard drive. So I had this stock clip of this techie web technological coding formation, whatever you can call this clip. But I had this and I blended it in with that clip. So the only thing I did with that clip was play around the different blending modes to see what I liked and what fit. And I ended up going for color dodge. So what this effect does is that it decreases the contrast between the 2 blended layers by lightening the source layer. So this was able to give me that techie feeling, and it just looked really good. For the next shot, I added this rotating hard drive that I had shot right here. This one I actually shot in 120 frames per second at a regular shutter speed. What I did with this was just to tape fish line to the back of the hard drive. I knew that my end shot would not have a full rotation on the hard drive, just like a slight rotation in. And if it was shot at 120 frames per second, once it was slowed down to 24 frames per second, it would give me a really cool slow motion rotation. So all I did with this shot was just slow it down to 24 frames per second, select the portion that I wanted to use. I then brought this clip into After Effects. I created a rough mask around the hard drive and I added the key light effect to key out that green. And that later added on a little bit of a matte choker, and that was able to help me get rid of the fish line as well. Right there. I did the similar thing with the bottom. I used the exact same rotation that I selected for the top, but I split it up into a different clip. So again, just a key light effect to key out that green and a matte choker. The background was the exact same background as the previous shot. Then I just added this same rotating hard drive for each of the sides of this frame. And to one of them, I just added a vertical flip effect in Premiere Pro so that it would be flipped up the other way, and then just adjust for position to make sure they aligned in the way that I wanted them to. For this shot, I placed a roll of paper towel right in front of my camera lens to create that sort of tunnel vision sort of look. And then I waved the tube light outside at the end of this tunnel vision shot. And this would be the main shot that I would work with. So this is what it looks like right off the camera. It looks pretty cool. As soon as the blue light shines in, you can see that the entire interior of this tunnel lights up in blue as well. So I wanted to create some sort of tunnel of electricity technology that goes in, and at the end of this tunnel vision, the hard drive will pop in, revealing itself. So I had a different sequence again in Premiere Pro. This was the tunnel sequence, and as soon as that light disappeared, I added keyframe animations for scale, position, and rotation, as well as a basic 3D effect in Premiere Pro for that individual hard drive that we used in the previous shot. I then looked up another stock clip and I found this one. It was pretty cool. I added a blend mode again, set it to lighten. And then for the last shot, what I did just find the Western Digital logo in PNG format and play around with, again, the same keyed out hard drive and the same long exposure light leaks that I had from before. All right, so that's it for the editing. After that, I just found a soundtrack that sounded techie and I layered it with sound design. And this is the final result once again. All right, so this is it for today's video. I hope that you learned something new and you got some ideas to try something similar for your own videos. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments below what your favorite shot of this video was. Also, if you want to see a lot more short form content, behind the scenes, or timeline looks and stuff, I post a lot of that on my Instagram, so if you're interested in that, you can check me out on the gram. So that's it for today's video, guys. Until next time.